Level 1, the errand. The crate weighs 60 pounds and smells like machine oil. You carry it from the back of a refrigerated truck to a fishing boat at the end of a pier that doesn't appear on any municipal map. You don't open it, you don't ask what's inside. A man you know only as SIBO pays you $400 in 20s and tells you to come back Thursday. You are 19. You make 900 euros a month at a fish processing plant outside Durrës. SIBO's 400 for 40 minutes of silence is the clearest math you've ever done. Thursday comes. You show up. Same crate, same weight, same pier. By the 6th trip, you notice things. The boat's registration numbers change every 2 weeks. The driver never kills the engine. SIBO never touches the crates himself. You carry. You forget. You get paid. 3 people who had your role before you are gone. 1 left the country. 2 didn't. You learn the first rule without anyone saying it. Curiosity is a luxury you cannot afford. Level 2, the relay. 6 months in, SIBO stops meeting you at the pier. You receive a text from a burner number, a single word and a time. You now coordinate handoffs between the truck and 2 different boats. You swap SIM cards every 72 hours and destroy each one with pliers, not fire. You earn $1,200 a week. The money arrives in envelopes slipped under a storage unit door near the port. You never see who leaves them. You manage 2 younger carriers now, both teenagers. You tell them what SIBO told you. Carry, forget, get paid. You hear your own voice say it, and something behind your ribs shifts. You are becoming the machinery. You begin to understand there are layers above you and below. The crates go to boats. The boats go south. Someone handles the other end. One night, the truck arrives late, and the driver is someone new. He has a fresh bruise across his jaw and says nothing. You load the crate. You don't mention the bruise. Nobody does. Level 3, the logistician. A man named Jertan meets you at a cafe in Tirana. He knows your name, your mother's address, the name of the girl you've been seeing. He is polite. He orders you coffee. He tells you that you are being promoted. Your new role involves paperwork, end-user certificates, shipping manifests, customs declarations, all forged, all convincing. You learn that a crate of Romanian-manufactured rifles can cross 3 borders with the right documentation. You learn to match serial numbers to ghost inventories registered in countries with no functioning oversight. You now understand what you've been carrying. You've known for months, but this is the first time the knowledge becomes operational. It sits in your chest like a stone you swallow every morning. You stop calling your mother on Sundays, not because anyone tells you to, but because you can't hear her voice without measuring the distance between who she raised and who you are becoming. You clear $6,000 a month. Your apartment has 2 locks and no photographs. Level 4, the broker. 2 years pass. You source product. A retired military quartermaster in a former Soviet republic sells you crated machine guns, 40 units at $1,100 each. You resell through a shell company in Cyprus at 6 times the price. The buyer is a Gulf logistics firm that supplies private security contractors who supply someone else. You never touch a weapon anymore. Your tools are contracts, wire transfers, satellite phones. You negotiate in hotel rooms in Istanbul, Dubai, Nicosia. You wear suits that cost more than you made in a year. Your language changes: units instead of guns, delivery instead of shipment, client instead of warlord. The moral arithmetic becomes automatic. You don't decide to stop feeling. You just notice one day that the feeling has stopped. A shipment vanishes off the Libyan coast. 300 rifles, roughly $2 million, and your first thought is insurance, not bodies. The line is already behind you. You didn't see it when it mattered. Level 5, the director. You manage a network spanning 11 countries. 12 brokers report to you. You approve routes, authorize payments, settle disputes. A broker in Belgrade skims $90,000 from a transit fee. You make a call. 48 hours later, his car sits at the bottom of a reservoir outside Novi Sad. You didn't order that specifically. You said resolve it, and someone else interpreted. That is how authority works now. In implication, in the white space between sentences. Your income exceeds $3 million a year, routed through real estate, shell companies, and a charitable foundation in a country where you've never set foot. The irony doesn't register. It's just architecture. You sleep with a phone on your chest and a pistol in a nightstand you've never fired. Every new relationship is a potential vulnerability. Every old one is a potential leak. You eat dinner alone most nights in rented apartments in cities where nobody knows your real name. The solitude doesn't bother you anymore. That's what bothers you. Level 6, the architect. You design the system now. Transit corridors through failed states, pricing models for surplus Eastern European munitions, commission structures for regional brokers, end-user certificate templates that pass inspection in 14 jurisdictions. You build a supply chain that moves anti-tank missiles from a decommissioned factory in Ukraine to a port in Mombasa in under 19 days. People you will never meet follow protocols you wrote on a laptop in Vienna. Governments take notice, not to stop you, but to use you. An intelligence service from a Western allied country contacts you through a retired diplomat. They want a shipment rerouted to a militia they are quietly backing. In return, your name disappears from 2 active investigations. You agree, you don't feel powerful. You feel necessary. That is worse. Your name is spoken in rooms you've never entered. Prosecutors in 3 countries have files under different aliases. None of them match. Level 7, the ghost. You exist in the seams between nations. You hold passports from 4 countries, none bearing your birth name. Your legal identity is a fiction maintained by attorneys in Liechtenstein and accountants in Singapore. You meet heads of state through intermediaries. A defense minister calls you on a line that isn't supposed to exist. Your network moves $400 million in product annually. You take 7%. The math is simple. The weight is not. You trust no one. Not because you've been betrayed. You have, twice, and both men are dead, but because trust requires a version of yourself that no longer exists. You rotate safe houses every 11 days. You speak in a code so layered that your closest lieutenant sometimes asks you to repeat yourself. You never do. The paranoia is not irrational. It is the cost of accuracy. You know exactly how many people want you dead because you maintain the list yourself. Level 8, the throne room. The villa sits on a hillside above a coast you will never name. The windows are bulletproof. The staff has been vetted by former intelligence officers. You haven't left the property in 4 months. You are worth something north of $600 million. You could stop. You've considered it, not often, but enough. The problem is structural. The network doesn't have an off switch. You are load-bearing. Remove yourself and the architecture collapses, and collapsing architecture kills people, your people, the ones who trusted the system you built. So you stay. You read reports instead of writing them. You approve operations with a single word on an encrypted message. Most of your day is silence. You walk the grounds in the morning. You read history in the afternoon. Empires, mostly. You notice patterns. You notice you're inside one. There are no allies at this altitude. There are arrangements, dependencies, mutual vulnerabilities dressed as partnerships. Your legacy is a machine that runs whether you watch it or not. You think about the pier sometimes, the 60-pound crate, the machine oil, $400 in 20s. You were nobody. You were free. You didn't know it then. That knowledge is the quietest punishment there is. Somewhere on a coastline you'll never visit again, a young man lifts a crate from the back of a refrigerated truck. He doesn't ask what's inside. He doesn't know the weight of what he's carrying. But he will.